a compassionate blueprint for a joyful life. Welcome to this episode, presented by the Buddha's Way Association of Australia. Today, we're diving deep into a very special document that records a master's talk with his disciples. The core of the talk centers on personal spiritual practice, compassion, and how to truly put that compassion into action. It feels less like a mere transcript and more like a guide for action, pushing us to think about how we move from understanding compassion to truly embodying it, and how that process transforms us in return. The key word is compassion, but the focus, it seems, is on how we live it out. Our exploration will follow the master's training of thought, from his initial emphasis on learning attitude to a deeper understanding of compassion, then to designing a project to put it into practice, and finally, back to the interpersonal transformation that results. The foundation, attitude, and humility. The master begins by addressing the crucial issue of attitude. He states that teachings are meant to benefit the students and prepare them for greater responsibility, but this requires an absolute, humble, and proactive approach to learning. He even uses strong language, saying that if a student is resistant or passive, he feels there's no hope for them. This brings up a powerful question. When we're learning, is our mindset truly open, or do we subconsciously resist? The master's severity isn't about harshness itself, but about the preciousness of the opportunity. He explains that if not for the principle of not rejecting living beings, he might turn away those with a poor attitude. This shows that the chance to learn is not given freely. It requires a reciprocal commitment to cherish and seize it. Without this foundational attitude, the deeper teachings simply can't be received. The shift from knowing to doing. With a sincere attitude established, the talk moves to its core topic, compassion. The master notes that many have studied the teachings on compassion for decades, but the problem lies in all talk and no action. He makes it clear that intellectual understanding alone is not enough. This teaching is a wake-up call, urging everyone to move from the realm of knowing to the realm of doing, to build and establish compassion through tangible acts. This transition is often the most difficult step in bringing any ideal to life, and the master believes the time has come to make it, to turn compassion into a concrete project. He proposes something with the grand goal of eliminating all suffering. Recognizing the magnitude of this, he suggests a practical first step, addressing the suffering of illness by using modern science. This might seem disconnected from Buddhism, but the master argues that science and Buddhism are fundamentally linked by verifiability. He explains that scientific research demands that a phenomenon be repeatable and verifiable, and spiritual practice is no different. You must be able to verify the results of your practice. This innovative perspective bridges the gap between spiritual ideals and real-world results, providing a practical framework for action. The project, Spreading Compassionate Knowledge. The team explored various ideas before landing on a non-profit charity focused on health. Since they lack doctors, they leveraged their existing skills in academic research. Their chosen method was to popularize scientific health knowledge, to become a source of accurate information based on academic papers. They aren't trying to treat people or produce medicines. They are focused on empowering people with the right knowledge to make informed decisions about their health. The master highlights the social value of this approach and the potential for significant government support, especially in a place like Darwin, Australia. However, he repeatedly emphasizes that the quality of their work is paramount, and success will be measured by their ability to put their heart and soul into it. Yet, the measure of success isn't just about money or scale. The master says that even if the project helps just one person, it demonstrates the effect of great compassion. He mentions that people have already benefited from this knowledge, providing initial verification that their work is genuine. The deeper work, inner cultivation. The master quickly shifts the focus from external action to inner cultivation. He asks, are we compassionate in how we treat people? This expands the scope from a health project to every aspect of our daily lives. He brings up the qualities he's long emphasized: a joyful heart, a smiling face, gentle words, and graceful movements. He suggests that the external project and our inner state can create a positive feedback loop, where the project's success provides resources and a positive inner state makes the work more powerful and infectious. He contrasts a life of constant turmoil with one of joy and peace achieved through the conscious training of a compassionate heart. He asks a direct and powerful question: why not choose happiness? He uses a striking example of someone being addicted to suffering to show that our habits can be broken. The state of happiness is not something we passively wait for. It can be cultivated through training. The path from mixed to pure. Finally, the master outlines the journey of growth. It begins with imitating a bodhisattva, a state he calls a mixed bodhisattva, meaning there are still imperfections and impurities. The process, like a spiritual progress bar, is about gradual accumulation. The ultimate goal is to become a pure bodhisattva, a state where compassion has become so internalized that it is the only mode of one's thoughts, words, and actions. He uses the metaphor of purifying a substance to describe this process of removing all thoughts and emotions that are not aligned with compassion. To reach this state of purity, there are no shortcuts, only the continuous practice of making every moment, every thought, and every action an act of compassion. The master believes that a lifetime of this focused effort could equal the accumulation of many lifetimes for an ordinary person. He uses the metaphors of an iron rice bowl and a golden rice bowl to describe the stability and radiant nature of this purified existence. Ultimately, however, the master gives each person the choice. He makes it clear that the decision to commit to this path is a personal one, driven by one's own will and determination. External guidance is important, but the final push must come from within. This is a comprehensive and inspiring blueprint for transforming ourselves. It teaches us that whether in scientific discovery or spiritual practice, real change requires real action and real results. It's not just about doing a project, it's about a deep journey of self-transformation. Given this, what is one small, sustainable action you can choose this week to move a quality you admire, like compassion or patience? From simply knowing it to actively doing it,